So, to help pay for his tuition, a college student plans to work in the evenings and on weekends. Okay. He has been offered two part-time jobs, working in the guest services department at a hotel and waiting tables at a popular restaurant. Okay, so either a hotel or a restaurant. The job at the hotel pays $18 per hour. Okay, so the job pays $18 per hour at the hotel and offers $33 in transportation allowance per month. Okay. The job at the restaurant pays $7.50 an hour plus tips. Okay, so there's possible tips here, so that's might need to be included somehow. The entire wait staff, typically collects about $50 in tips each hour. Tips are divided equally among the four wait staff members who share a shift. Okay, so there's a little bit of a complex situation here that we got to decipher. So all that stuff has to be accounted for. Okay, so that kind of makes sense. Like if you work at a restaurant, you generally don't get paid as much hourly, but you usually make up that difference in tips. Okay, so that's kind of the situation that they're attempting to model here. All right, so the equation 750h plus 50 over 4h is equal to 18h plus 33 represents a possible constraint about a situation. Solve the equation and check your solution. All right, so if I'm looking at this equation here, do you think this makes sense? This one here, do you think this accurately represents what's going on? Yeah, so it says, I think the left-hand side is representing the job at the restaurant, right? You get $7.50 per hour plus another 50 divided by 4 per hour, so that's like $12.50, I guess. And then the 18 hours plus the 33, that's representing the hotel job. So let's see. If I want to solve that, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the 50 over 4 into 1250h. So it's really 750h plus 1250h is equal to 18h plus 33. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to combine like terms. So I got 20h equals 18h plus 33. Then I'm going to subtract 18h from both sides. So I get 2h equals 33. And then we're going to divide by 2. So h is going to end up being 16.5. So why don't you interpret that for me? Which of these statements do you think is telling me what 16.5 represents? Yes, so 16.5 is basically saying that that's the number of hours you could work per month, and it wouldn't matter which job you took. It would be the same amount of money. Okay. All right. So here's a graph on a number line. So I think it looks like we're going to try and graph this. Put a scale on the number lines so that points marked with a circle represent the solution to the equation. Okay. So the point mark has to represent the exact solution to the equation. So let's say that we count by, so let's say this is 0. Let's count by 5. So 15, 20, 25. Negative 5, negative 10, negative 15, negative 20, negative 25. Okay, so the 16.5 is like right here. Okay. Does one better job pay if, all right, let's see what we got here. So this is number 2 now. The student works fewer hours than the solution you found earlier. If so, which job? So yeah, there is going to be one job that pays better. Which one do you think it's going to be? If you work less hours, which one do you think is going to be better? Okay. Well, I think if you work less hours, it's probably going to be the job where you get the flat fee. So it's probably going to be the one at the hotel, right? Like, let's just say, for example, that you work 10 hours, right? At the restaurant, you're going to make, so basically we figured out it was like, you basically get paid $20 an hour. So it's going to be 20 times 10 would be $200. So that's the restaurant. At the hotel, though, you'd basically be getting 750. Let's see. So it'd be 750, or no, sorry, 18 times 10, right? 18 times 10, but then plus 33. So when I do that, I'm going to get 213. So yeah, so if you work less hours, it's better to work at the hotel. Okay. Let's see. So the student works more hours than the solution you found earlier. So if it's more, then what is it going to be? Yeah, so if you work more hours, then it's going to be the, so remember, so here we wanted to work at the hotel. So now we want to work at the restaurant, right? Because the more hours you work, the more you get paid, right? You're getting paid $20 an hour at the restaurant as opposed to $18 an hour at the hotel, but you get that $33 stipend for transportation. So if the more you work, the more likely it is that this is going to be more money. Okay. All right, last part here. So here are two inequalities that graph and two graphs that represent the solutions to the inequalities. Put the same scale on each number line so that the circle represents the number of hours that you found earlier. Match each inequality with a graph that shows its solution. Okay, so I think what they want us to do here is they want us to put 16.5 right here. So I guess we'll do the scale a little bit different than we did before. And we'll go up by 5s, how about? So 21.5, 26.5, 31.5, and 36.5. And then we'll go down. Also 11.5, 6.5, negative 4.5, negative 9.5. Right, and we'll just say the scale is the same for both of those. So this one up here is above. So what inequality, so this is probably, if it's for above, which, if you're working more hours, is it better to, which place was it better to work at again? It was better to work at the restaurant. So it looks like the number of, when the hours is greater than 16.5, we want to work at the restaurant. And when the hours are less than 16.5, so this was for the restaurant. This is for the hotel. Okay, and remember at 16.5 exactly, doesn't matter. All right, that'll do it, and I'll see you next time.